Hello. I kind of, like I said in the hello all. Um, I kind of like forgot how to say in live streaming, but I would like to say first to you all that Happy New Year. And I haven't been on YouTube, especially live streaming, for a while, and there has been a lot of situation actually happens in my life around the end of last year. So I think life was throwing me things, a situation for me to experience and to live life before I get learning and insights, and possibly some of them I would like to share with you. So before we start, let's do our energy cleansings, and I will pull out some cards for the theme of our session today. So let's see. I don't know if you all feels like me that in this year it feel different than last year. They're kind of like there's small hope, and the feeling in our chest perhaps is getting lighter a bit for me, but I'm not sure how it occurs to all of you. It might happen to different organs in your body, because our body tells the story, and we might get lifted lighter in different areas. It depends on what energy we are holding and where in our body we are holding that energy. So I'm excited. I'm excited for us all. I'm not just for me, but I'm excited for us all in the world. And I think that's very interesting. So let's all take a few deep breaths first. Okay, so let's see what would be. I guess we are sorry for the noise. We are taking this deck of surrender, and we'll be pulling this deck out to see the theme that we all might have for 2023. So any of you, I think some of you might still be on holidays, and the energy is very fun right now. Even though I just get back to work first day, there's still the energy of like fun and lightness that's kind of like lingering still from the holiday. So let's see. Is coming out quite strong. So I don't know if it's really a coincidence or not, but we have some great things coming up. So I think it's according to our topics. I just asked the cards to give us some 3 topics, and here we go. We got one which is surrender to joy. So it's kind of like the one that I got in a topic. I asked the card what would be the message that I would be sharing to you all today, and it says that it's time to enjoy life. So it's actually our energy in the collective this year has been calling us, let's say, to be brave, to stepping out of our comfort zone, to stepping out of our shell, that we kind of have the shell wrap us up last year. Last year there were incidents, I guess, to most people, of course, in different aspects. We were faced with situation that caused us to step back into our shell, and we kind of like close off. Me as well. I was closed off from the world for quite a while. almost like to the third quarter of last year, I was afraid to socialize, and some of my friends think that I'm going introverted, but actually I was afraid to being myself, afraid to socialize. And I'm a person who normally don't have issue in socialization, but I think life is teaching me something back then. So one part of it is surrender to joy. And what surrender to joy means that there's a change that's coming in a collective that is kind of like encouraging us to joy. Let the joy in. So the joy here is like, it's being a light here that is cracking into our cracked shell. It's actually your shell is cracking, our shell are cracking, and the light is coming in. So all this light is come to let us know that joy is here, and it's okay for us to just have that childless energy, to have that fun again, to have that fearlessness, to tap in new territories in the world that we are afraid, because we are afraid of losing, we are fear of being abandoned, we are fear of being shamed, and our ego are kind of like, do not go out of that shell. In this shell is safe, and you know, it's a safe zone. You know, your ego can also be your safe zone. It's ironic to say though, but it is. So the second card, it says that surrender your ego. So I also got this card as well when I do my personal reading. I mean, for myself, I also got the surrender your ego as well. So I guess that's a big theme for others people in this planet as well. So the ego is not a bad thing. Like, people understand that ego is a bad thing, you need to drop your ego. But ego, instead of be ashamed of having that ego, this card, it's more like welcoming and see how your ego is holding a mechanism to coping with your fear. So ego is like soldier, they are protecting you from facing your deepest fear. So what's your deepest fear? This would be the question that you all might want to ask yourself. What are the fear that you were holding that's keeping you from cracking your shell and going out to the world? So this ego, sometimes it can be in a part that don't do that, otherwise if you fail in doing that, your parents might be like, I told you so. So all kind of those stuff, looking deeper into why you are not opening up to something new or something that's within yourself that you know is gonna give you joy. So ego, our ego is not your enemy. It's just a part of you that's protective of you. But how about the third one is really synchronistic. So it says surrender to trust. It says trust yourself and your decision. Don't be swayed by others people's strong opinions about what to do. Take actions and be confident and that you have chosen the right path. So I also surprisingly got this card in my personal reading as well. So it's like, I think the energy overall, they know. I mean, the universe know that it's not easy, of course, because we have been facing with such tremendous experience for each of us. I know some could be in personal relationship, but I guess last year is more like the connection within ourselves, how we see ourselves, and the fear that we don't want to feel towards ourselves is kind of a big thing that I felt all of us have been going through last year. So surrender your ego by what? By trusting that everything is going to be alright. Actually, everything is not going to be alright. Everything is alright. But your perception of the situation is not okay. Because in our world, sometimes we kind of label things right, wrong, and the thing that society label as wrong, we feel offended to do so, even though we feel like it's okay. But when people say that's not okay, we felt not okay suddenly, and we don't want to feel like we are not belonging to the pack. But actually, that's the theme this year. We as a human, we want to feel belonging to other people, of course, not just family, but also friends, colleagues, and stuff. We want to feel oneness, but it's the kind of like egoistic way to feel that we are belong. We want to feel belong, but how about belonging to society, to social circle means that you have to sacrifice yourself. What would that oneness, what would that belonging means to you if you have to lose yourself? Would that still be something that you would like to do this year? So 2023 is a time where it's calling for us to just enjoy ourselves, enjoy our life in a very unique and authentic way. And the people in our circle, somehow they're gonna circulate. Some it's just like water in the fish tank. The one that's not aligned, the one that the energy that's not matching with yours right now, they're gonna fall off. And the people who are aligned, they are gonna come in. But you can't live, I mean, the fish can't live in a fish tank that's full of like shit or full of like dirty waters. It's the water that you cannot live in. I didn't mean that your friends or some people are dirty, but I mean, to survive and to live, we need to clear out the environment that doesn't serve you, to welcome in more of the environment that facilitate your growth, evolution, and that will change everything because it started with you. And the next one is surrender to the wisdom of your body. So like I said earlier in this session, that we all kind of like store different energy in different part of our body. So it says for us to listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. This can be a way that help you kind of like, when you feel like something is weighing you down, or the decision, or something that you have to make a choice, but you are at the crossroad and you don't know what to do. So this card is coming to give you a guidance. The 2023 want to kind of invite you to observe your body. If it feels heavy, then it might not be the choice for you. It might feel heavy in different part of your body. You might feel hard to breathe. You might feel that your head is numb. You may feel that your hand's shaking, or you might feel that you got like a storm in your tummy. It could be different for everybody, but that is the mean to tell you that that might not be the decision that is in your highest. So I will still put these 3 cards of the theme that we all kind of asked to surrender and let go of here. And I don't know, I just let's say I would like to share a little bit of my personal experience. If you would like, I mean, some of you might relate it to this. I think for me, part of like enjoying life this year, enjoying life means letting go of our worries or concern about enjoyment. So enjoyment, it means to kind of trust that the situation is okay, that you don't have to worry about tomorrow, but tomorrow will come. What people is going to say about you, what your parents are going to think of you, what works are coming in your mailbox tonight, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. What's the result of your meeting will be? What would your pitching with your clients would be? What would your friend think about the conversation you left to them last night? What would the text messages that you left in your ex or your romantic relationship would end up be? So the worry about tomorrow kind of like stopping us from enjoy this moment fully, because we kind of teleported our minds to the future, while the past, it's being an excuse as a blockage to not stepping in to make a different decision today. So our past are not the one that defines you at this moment, and your future is not coming yet. You never know. So the only moment that you can take action, and the only moment that you know that you are capable of changing, that you're capable of making decision, taking different approach, or even starting something exciting, is today. I mean, this very second, very moment. So whenever we kind of like letting the rope that drag us from the past go, and not holding on too tight to what's coming in the future, there's so much joy and love to be embraced in this very moment. I was getting a very, what can I say, lovely proposal about last year, and I have doubt in myself, and you know, in the very special moment where things are on his knee and stuff, what kind of get worried about me in the back of my mind was, do I deserve to get this kind of treatment? Do I deserve to receive such love? And especially love from someone whom I might haven't done much of the kind gesture too. I have that in the back of my mind, and I don't know why, but then a few days after, a few weeks actually after the situation happened, I started crying, and I observed that it was a shredding of myself, crying out my ego of I'm not worthy of being treated nicely unless I have done something. So one of the fear that I'm not fully enjoying the moment at that moment specifically is I'm not sure if I need to do something to get something. So when people, someone, or even animals say doing something nice to me without me doing something nice to them first, I felt like I was taking advantages, or I feel like I need to do something in favor in return to that kind gesture, because I don't feel like I'm worthy of it. So that was a huge aha moment for me in terms of like how I see myself. So what I would like to share today is, even a situation that seems pretty nice or something, you can actually get blocked by your ego, by your fear, and then not fully embracing that moment. So in 2023, things are different. So the energy is supporting you in your change and your evolution to embrace the love. So the love is flooded everywhere. I mean, if you live in the present, you'll feel it. But if you get stuck in the past and get obsessed in the future, you will lose this. Actually, you never lose it, but you miss it. You miss the experience. You miss that glimpse of love. But we as human can never know what happens, right? So no need to worry so much about it, but just be mindful in the present. I think that's the message of this to be. Even though the experience that we are experiencing are not pleasant for some, should I still enjoying it? People might ask. I think that when we are experiencing the current situation, and if we fully in the present, we will find enjoyment somewhere. Because if our parents or our belief system are stuck in the past, you're gonna use that past situation to judge your present moment, and things can come ugly, not because of the situation in your face, but because of the past that you tied your experience to. So be with the present, be with the now, enjoy the second of it. Even though you're crying, enjoy your tear. It's gonna bring you something, it's gonna bring you lessons. Okay, so funny enough, I wasn't shuffle any Reiki deck, and at the bottom of the deck I got worry not. So worry not worry. So it's time to really enjoy the second. And how about the future? Is that everything is okay, everything is well? How would you live your life if you know that everything around you and you are well, and it's going according to the perfect path you all are walking together in this collective moment? I'm thinking that it's very surprising to see how we all are going into, like, we are just unlocking our consciousness. Actually, there's like a door that we kind of have in our awareness, and we just like unlock it and we see things more clearly. not with our eyes. Sometimes we see with our hearts. So the second one is friends. So the card says that we all have friends. Sometimes the journey can feel lonely because you are tapping into your new kind of you. It's not the new you, but new you in your perspective, but actually it's the true you. So this is coming to say that you have a friend. People in this world are doing this work if consciously and unconsciously. You just gotta do it. In these images, there are three people holding hands. So they're looking in the future. They're not looking back. So some of you might be losing some of your friends, not like death or something, but like losing touch. But you have to know that it sometime is the natural things for life to flow. There's an in and out energy. So for some people, they're not bad for you, but they are not meant to be on your path. They were once your purpose and your mentor, but they might not be the same kind of purpose or mentor from your life if your energy shift. So don't be afraid to lose some of the people. Have gratitude towards those experiences that you learn from them, and not walk away, but walk further into your truth. And the next one is removing negative energy. I don't know, it's like I'm talking about fish tank, and the fish tank, we need to remove some of the energy that is holding us back. It can be people, it can be our belief system, it can be our thought, and I don't know, ego. Ego is one of the negative energy, but I say it's not bad. It's your protectors. Have gratitude for them, like people that comes into our life, and you walk further to your own truth. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I feel still excited right now. I'm gonna be pulling a card about the ascent is given. During this new year, I've been thinking about what I've been attracted into my reality, and most of it come from my fear. So when we have fear, we have a constant longing that is gonna happen. Fear, constant longing about fear happening, and it's actually happened. So those fear are like, are you calling for me? I'm coming here for you. So how about we set ourselves to what we want to attract to? If we set our intention, if we give our attention to something about love, compassion, gratitude, what would it be in your environment that you're attracted to? What kind of magnet would you like to be in this year? What kind of attraction would you like to be? So you can choose, not every people are born to be like that. We are born by fate, but we create our own destiny. So I'm gonna put this card for you. So let's see. It says, in my appreciation, I offer no resistance. So the card is very pretty. It says, in my appreciation, there is no resistance. So the cards say, appreciation and self-love are the most important aspect you could ever nurture. Appreciation of others and the appreciation of yourself are the closest vibrational matches to source energy. So, in alignment with all of the cards there and the energy surrounding, is say appreciating. And one aspect of the thing that you could start your appreciation from is appreciating yourself. You know, it's one of the hardest thing that we have our mindset to. I don't know, I personally have that too. So we are thinking that when we kind of devalue ourselves, we think that we are not good enough. And when we think we are not good enough, we don't think we deserve good things in life. We don't deserve good things in life. And when we get good things in life, we think that's lucky. We call this luck. But you know how that's not luck. It's what you attract into your reality. So appreciating how you attract things into your life. When you receive good things, say thank you, not just to what's coming to you, not just the people that's giving you, not just the circumstances that bring it, but thanks to you for bringing that in. Thanks to you for creating the energy that attract good things into your life. Say thank you to yourself more often this year. Say thank you to yourself. You know, the people that we say thank you the least, are mostly ourselves, because we don't think we deserve gratitude. But you know, it's very much needed, because you're the one that attract things too. You know, it's a practice sometimes that maybe you can look in the mirror and say thank you for bringing out experience into my life, and let me be the learner of this lifetime. And thank you for showing up for yourself for every good and not so pleasant situation. Thank you for being there. You know, it's very powerful when we give thanks and gratitude to ourselves, because we mostly never, or sometimes very little, thank you. Saying out loud is actually effective. I try saying thank you every time I felt that I'm going like a downward spiral towards a like emotional hole. Kind of, I say thank you, thank you for showing up. And you know, surprisingly, the energy kind of like lifted, like, oh, the part of me that feel bad actually is being seen and is being appreciated for its presence. And that's amazing. You know, I used to wait for people to appreciate me in the past, and for people to say thank you, for people to say, hey, you did great. But I changed, you know, I flip it from what I need to hear from other, I need to hear from myself. So this is the kind of wisdom that the card would also like to say to you. So whatever word, sentences, support, help that you feel like you need to get it from other people, you are actually can give that to yourself. You have that power, you have that capacity, you have that love, you have that big heart to give those kind of things that you need from other to yourself. So that's the relief, right? When you can give those good things to you and thank to you, it's less of the dependence of how our worth are on others, because we give it to ourselves. We are born with, actually, self-worth is your birthright. From the beginning, you are born with worth, unique, independent, authenticity. But when we grow up, our society, our parenting system kind of make us forget our worth, and it kind of making a condition that our worth is valid if we do this or that, which is not entirely true. is actually entirely not true, actually, because our worth, it's still there. Even though we did something bad, we still are worthy. So appreciation of yourself for coming this far, for being here, for showing up for ourselves. Very important for us this year. To enjoy life, start with appreciation. I used to listen to a TED talk. I have to find it. It's called something like gratitude. I'll put it in the link in the description. So he actually have a gratitude for everything, and it's kind of like living a gratitude life. So he's making easy little thing into appreciation. For example, I'm gratitude for having water to drink today. I'm gratitude for having the light switch that I could light my room up. So it could be little as that. We don't have to get big thing to appreciate life. We can appreciate our existence even though the situation bring us not so pleasant emotion, tears, angers. We can still appreciate our existence, to feel and to understand and be open to the experience, because it may teach you tremendously, but it could be sad if you think that it's bad. Actually, every experience that comes into your life is just a stepping stone to becoming further into your heart. Okay, so let's see the card here. My favorite, not my favorite, actually my first. So let's see what the card's holding for you all. The energy for 2023. I see. Oops. Okay. So, I also got this card in my personal reading. Well, I don't think it's a coincidence. So for this one, it says cycle of growth. So it says that we are coming out of winter and we are entering to spring. But when we transforming from phases, from deep shelling holes into lightness, there may be a transitional phase that we kind of get adjusted ourselves to. We are not getting used to our kind of new way of living, new way of seeing things, new way of feeling things. So be gentle to yourself in the process. It's like flowers. When it comes out of the winter, it doesn't just go into grow into flower. It's come from green leaf and then flowers. So it takes time, and you cannot like push 3x fast forward to flower to grow in 2 days. It takes time, and it's gonna come when the temperatures is appropriate, and so are you. So when your environment and when your mental, physical, and spiritual environment and your inner state being is at the right time for you, you're gonna know when to come out of your shell. So this is not going to be like today or tomorrow for some of you. And do not rush yourself in the process or pressure yourself to just enjoy life. There are a period of transitional state of being, and life is asking you to enjoy also the transitional phase of you. Enjoy the process, as life is about the journey, not the destination. It's the cliche quote everybody is talking about a bit. This year, be with that. Be with the process. Be with the journey. Destination is far less important in weight comparing to your experience and process in the journey. And also, expecting positivity. So this is like the appreciation and to know that everything is well as well. So when you're expecting something good to come into your life, you know that every situation that is happening, it's just a stepping stone for you. When you're expecting something good, you know that things that's coming in your way is a part of your experience and it's gonna be all is well. Very, 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 very positive energy. I mean, I'm reading all the cards and I see that the overall energy is very supportive during this time. So if some of you would like to go into the nature or meditate, this is a very, very welcoming energy to do so. It could be a great start for some people who never do a morning exercise, or for some who kind of neglected a mental wellness or a mental well-being, which is very important. We are not a robot, we are human and we have feelings. Even though our society tells us that we need to perform, we need to know what we want. We need to know our plans. We need to plan. Who knows about that? Who knows about that? Who knows if you're gonna have tomorrow, right? Who knows if you're gonna wake up? So focus on the experience that you're experiencing right now, and it's gonna tell you what to do, because your intuition never lies. So let's say about affirmation, I would just pull out just one card because I think the strongest messages for this one would like to come out for you. Okay, actually it's coming out. I'm gonna go with this one. It says, I'm not restricted by limiting belief. It says that I am gentle, kind and comforting to my inner child as we uncover and release the old negative messages from family and society. Wow, I mean, limiting belief. Limiting belief is one part of the patterns and is one of the ego. So when you listen from someone who tell themselves they know it all, or the elders in your family tell you that you need to do that, I've been there before. Can you distinguish that is really a thing that is in your truth, or is there fear that they're telling you that fear and they're telling what you should do based on that fear because they've been there before. They don't want to feel that again, and they don't want you to feel that. But it's your choice to choose. Even though you choose that and you face that situation, unpleasant one, it's still your experience, and there's no wrong with that. But what if it's not happening in the way that they project that fear to be? What if it's miraculous? Would you miss that opportunity to experience goodness in the world? So limiting belief in once has been limiting me from tapping in to the presence of my priceless self-worth that is unnegotiable, and to believe that I need to do something to gain something, that I cannot relax and I cannot enjoy life until I get something, until I get somewhere. So this limiting belief, they are asking you to revisit those beliefs. If the belief that you have in your mind, ask yourself, is that align with your highest, or it just some fear that's passed on in your generation, from generation to generation, which are very normal. We pass on our fear and pain and trauma from our family. It's through the bloodline, but is everyone's choice to break out of the line? Yes. It doesn't mean that you don't love them, but you're putting more love into yourself and your being. Limiting belief. I think this is the key, and I'm gonna put these messages also in the description because I think it's a key theme as well. To enjoy life fully by releasing the limiting belief. Okay, so I don't want to be too long, but before we close off, let's say the last message from the Starseed oracle. So hope this would be the one that's been giving you lights from the stars. Okay. I don't feel like I want this to end, even though nobody's watching right now, but I know this message is gonna be reaching to anyone who's ready and who is ready to hear it. Okay, so the last card in this deck says you are not for everyone. So it's actually related to the limiting belief. It says embrace your weirdness, face your true north. It's also the same one that I got in my personal reading as well. So I guess the theme that I have from in my personal some of it is actually in line with the collective. So because we are moving in the similar direction, where we are evolving from the darkness era, where we're trapped into fear, we surrendering and we dissolving, releasing some of our ego, and we are stepping into our truth. So yes, you're not for everyone. You are first and foremost here for yourself only. And when you are here for yourself, you have the capacity to be there for others, those who are in line with your energy. But you are not meant to please everyone. That's gonna drain you, and you don't want 2023 to be the year that you were draining your energy pleasing other people, right? So I think that's it for today's intuitive sharing. I meant to say a lot of things while I was driving home. I was preparing about what I should be included in this live streaming, but when it actually happened, I have different messages. So I think it's meant to be. Okay, so again, Happy New Year, and thank you for coming. Whoever you are, I'm giving love and light to you, and let this year be our time where we enjoy our life to the fullest, be present with the moment, and embrace the biggest love that we have within our heart. Namaste. Goodbye.